Brazil has won the World Cup 5 times. No other country comes close. But here's the strange part. Brazil hasn't even had the best players on paper in every tournament they've won. So, what's actually going on here? By the end of this video, you'll understand the real reason Brazil keeps winning when everyone else just keeps hoping. Let's start with something most people don't know. Brazil is the only country to play in every single World Cup ever held. Everyone, since 1930. That's not luck, that's a system. Most countries build a national team. Brazil builds a national identity around football. Kids in Brazil don't just play football, they grow up inside it. Streets, beaches, tiny indoor courts called futsal courts. That's where Brazilian players are actually made. Quick explainer since this matters a lot. Futsal is football's smaller, faster cousin. Small court, small ball, way less space. Imagine playing basketball on a tennis court. You'd need much quicker decisions, much tighter control. That's futsal, and almost every legendary Brazilian player, Pelé, Ronaldinho, Neymar, learned the game there first. Here's why that matters. Tight spaces force creativity. When you don't have room to run, you learn to trick, spin, and outsmart defenders instead. That's where Brazil's famous flair comes from. It's not natural magic, it's environment. Now here's a pattern interrupt for you. Most countries train tactics first, creativity second. Brazil historically does the opposite, skill first, structure later. That's the complete reverse of how countries like Germany or England traditionally build players. And that difference shows up on the field in a very specific way. Brazilian players tend to solve problems individually. One player can beat 3 defenders alone. Other national teams usually solve problems as a group through passing patterns and set positions. Neither way is wrong, but Brazil's approach creates something rare: unpredictability. You can prepare for a system. It's much harder to prepare for a genius having a good day. Here's a stat that surprises people. Brazil has scored more World Cup goals than any other nation in history. Not just wins, goals. Attacking football isn't just their style. It's basically their brand identity built on purpose. But, and this is important, Brazil isn't just flashy dribbling and no plan. That's actually a myth. Their most successful teams, especially in 1970 and 2002, mixed that individual flair with serious defensive discipline. The romantic idea of Brazil as just skillful chaos isn't fully true. The real formula is skill plus control. Now here's something most fans miss completely. Brazil's biggest advantage might not even be tactics, it's population and competition. Brazil has over 200 million people, and football is essentially the national sport by default. That means the talent pool competing for a national team spot is enormous. Imagine trying to make an NBA roster except almost every kid in the country is trying out. That level of competition sharpens players before they even turn pro. One more surprising twist. Brazil has never hosted a losing World Cup final on home soil without national heartbreak becoming part of football history itself. 1950, the Maracanazo, is still considered one of the most painful sports losses ever, in any sport, in any country. That loss actually reshaped how seriously Brazil approached football afterward. Sometimes the biggest turning points come from the worst days, not the best ones. So here's the real answer. Brazil isn't different because of one secret. It's different because of layers. Futsal shaping instinct, individual creativity mixed with tactical discipline, a massive talent pool, and a football culture treated less like a sport and more like a national language. That's the real reason Brazil keeps showing up on the biggest stage, tournament after tournament. If this changed how you see Brazilian football, subscribe, because we're breaking down what makes every football nation different, one country at a time.